This is part 2 since we ran out of space, okay? So we are moving on to section, I didn't have to finish this problem. 5 divided by 5, we talked about how a lot of people...
You can't see it. They can't see it.
How come it's red?
A lot of people think that 5 divided by 5 is 0, but it's really 1. And then you have to do the multiplication first, so 6 times 2 is 12. And then you would add them together for your final answer of 13. Okay, section 1-7, you guys made a lot of mistakes of these on your quiz. Make sure that when you translate that you do it in the right order. You need to make sure you include parentheses, that type of thing. So this says 5 times the sum. So when it does this, sometimes I write it in words. So 5 times the sum. Well, what am I taking the sum of? That is a number and 6. So I'm going to add those two together. When they say number, that just means a variable. But when I'm taking 5 times the sum, I have to have that in parentheses. So what this is going to look like is 5 times the sum of a number and 6. You put that in parentheses because the sum is the result of an addition problem. There's no answer to this. You're just translating. Yep. So the next one, it says 2 times the difference.
Minus?
Difference is subtraction. So this one kind of spaced out here. It says between 3 times x and 4. So the difference is between 3 times x and 4. So if you have to put that in parentheses though. So it's going to be 2 times the difference of 3x minus 4. So you're taking this and you're subtracting it, and then you're finding that answer technically in parentheses, and then you're taking 2 times that. The quotient, good question. A lot of people don't remember what quotient means. What does it mean, Jada? Divide. So you're going to divide, make sure it stays in this order, a number and 7. Some people think that when you just make up a number, that's not the case. You need to actually just put an X there, or an N, or a T, doesn't matter. A number divided by 7, or you could write it like this, a number divided by 7. Either one. Okay. So section 1-8 was another tough section for us, stuff that maybe you haven't ever seen before. When you simplify an expression, you are not solving. You are just getting it as simple as we can. We can only add like terms. So one thing that I encouraged you to do was to draw a circle or a box around anything that were like terms. So do I have any other x cubed?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got one other. It's the 8x cubed. Sorry, in this font, it looks like just times 3, but they are cubed.
No, it has
Okay.
2.
The 5x has a 2, so that guy doesn't get to be combined. So first, let's add 4 and 8. What do I get? 12. So we write 12x cubed. That means those two are finished. They're added together. So now the next one I'm going to do are my y's. Do I have any other y's?
Yeah.
So I have a positive y, but then I have a minus y. So plus 5 minus 4, what do I get?
9.
Nope, because 1 was minus, so it's not 9.
Then 1.
Yep, so it's just plus 1y then. And then if there's anything left over, you just have to write that on the end, but don't forget to include the operation with it, so it's minus 5x squared. Yeah, it's kind of lonely there. Okay, so my next problem, I have a 7b squared. Do I have anything that can go with the b squared?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3b squared, yep. And it's added, so 7 plus 3 is? And then the 8 doesn't get added to anything, so we just add it there like that. Okay. My next problem. Do I have anything that can go with my x squared?
No.
Lydia?
5x squared.
5x squared. So if there's nothing in front of the variable, there is a 1. So 1 plus 5 is 6. Now, can I add the other x's on there?
No.
No. So you just have to write them out. Just like that. Okay. Last problem like this. I gave you 12a squared plus 4 plus 3a squared minus 2. So raise your hand and tell me which ones I can put together. I need some new. Kennedy, go ahead.
12a squared and 3a squared.
Yes, so 12a squared and plus 3a squared. So 12 plus 3 would give us 15a squared. Now what else can I do? The 4 and the 2. So is it 6?
No.
No, it is 4 minus 2, which is just a plus 2.
This is the opposite of that.
Okay. So section 9, it talked about determining whether the given value of the variable is a solution. So remember, a solution makes an equation true. So they want you to take and they want you to put this value in for s, so 22, and they want you to answer the question. Does 22 minus 13 give you 24? No. Okay, let's put 48 in for b. Does 48 divided by 12 give you 3? No. What would it give you actually? Before. So that is what you do for those. So basically you put them in, do the order of operations, see if it's true or not. Sometimes they'll come out yes. We just had 2 no's. Lauren?
Should I write in Jackson's?
I'll make a copy.
For the test, please, no step right.
Yep, you can use anything in your packet.
Oh,
So you can write it. You can write in your packet though. You can't use these. I'm going to collect these before your test.
no, like, your season notebook paper, like right thing.
What I would do is I would just in the sections, I would just write notes in there. Because that's what I'm going to try to do is just limit it to this, but I don't care if you write in it.
Goldberg,
Okay? Yes, Joseph.
how do you not know if the online students are cheating by using your tablets?
We'll talk about that. Okay. So the next 2 sections, we did a bunch with this stuff. We are solving equations by adding and subtracting, solving by multiplying and dividing. Basically, anytime you need to solve an equation, your first step is to locate the variable. It's right here. Ask yourself what's happening. So 12 is being added. So how do you undo addition? Subtract. So we are going to minus 12 from both sides. B equals, so these just cancel out. 12 minus 12 cancels. 16 minus 12 is 4. And that's your answer. Now, if we want to check it, we just put that in. 4 plus 12. Does that equal 16? Yes, we did it. Okay, the next one. Locate your variable. It's right here. 12 is being subtracted from it. So how do we undo subtraction?
Plus,
We add it.
this, I know this one.
Okay, and then we get n equals 20 plus 12 is 32. To check our work, 32 minus 12, does that give us 20? Yes. Okay, next one, locate your variables t. 68 is being subtracted. How do you undo subtraction?
Multiplication. I'm not, yeah,
We add 68.
I know. Yeah.
T equals, when we add 8 and 4 is 12. 6 and 4 is 10 plus 1 gives us 112. So if I were to check this, 112 minus 68 equaled 44. You might even, if you're taking a test, you might want to do this off to the side and double check. So you can't, so 12 minus 8 is 4. 10 minus 6 is 4. So we did it correctly. That's just a quick way. It doesn't take us very long, but it ensures you have the right answer. Okay, the last 3, we're solving by multiplying and dividing. So locate your variable. The variable is being multiplied by 2. How do you undo multiplication? We divide both sides by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Check your answer. 2 times 6, does that equal 12? Yes. Okay. D is being divided by 14, so to undo division, we multiply. Okay, so if I did this off to the side, 14 times 7,
98.
we get 98. You could check this by dividing by 14 or even dividing by 7. 7 goes in there 1 time. It goes into 28 4 times. So that's kind of my check. Last one, I have to find x by itself. So it's being multiplied, so I'm going to undo by dividing. So 78 divided by 6. 6 goes into 7 1 time. 6 goes into 18 3 times. Okay, so that is the end of the review.